Welcome to DBL. I'm Torn. I'm in for Sam. Did I say Torn?
Yeah, you said Torn.
I'm Tori.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello. George Clooney is sharing some of his thoughts on his longtime friend Matthew Perry. So speaking to Deadline, George says he knew Matthew when he was just 16. He said back then Matthew said he would be the happiest man on earth if he could just be on a sitcom. But even after landing Friends, the sitcom of all sitcoms, Matthew couldn't find happiness, joy, or peace. If you remember, and I do, George guest starred on Friends with his ER co-star Noah Wiley. In the 90s, George said it was really hard seeing Matthew struggle, which is proof that success doesn't automatically bring you happiness. You have to be happy with yourself and your life. Erica, thoughts on this?
I agree with that. I think that we all have our goals and the way things that we believe are going to make us happy. Like we check these things off a list. But when I think about what I want for my future, I think about how I want to feel, not what I want to have. And being on both sides of the equation where I've manifested some really great things in my life, and things have fallen apart for me, I have that perspective. Like, this is what I want to feel when this happens, regardless of what it looks like.
I think that's beautiful. Jeff, do you agree? You always talk about goals, purposes. What do you think about this?
I think it's a mindset and where you are in your life, right, as opposed to your mind. You could make a positive out of anything or a negative out of something that's positive. Like we see on the internet all the time. People are always trying to tear everybody else down. Success and happiness is in your own mind. When I was in Los Angeles the second time, because I failed the first time, and I had my tiny little apartment with my wife, and I started working at CBS, and my hosting career was starting to take off a little bit, in a little closet, just being with, on set where famous shows were, it gave me so much joy, and it made me think this is what I really want to do. Even though my show was nothing that I worked on, I loved the people I worked with. I loved where I was in life. I loved Jordan was with me, and this was before my kids. And, they say kids are the best happiness, but that wasn't my time then. This process getting to where I am now made me so happy, so joyful. Then you kind of pull back the curtain, you see who Oz is. This business has a lot of dark sides to it, and unfortunately I've seen a lot of them. And it's not the love that I used to have back in the day, but now I have a different love.
Right.
I have my family, I have 2 kids that I get to help raise with my wife. I have a beautiful house, I have a beautiful panel that I work with and a great studio that I work in with great people. So I'm still very happy and at the top of my game, but it's not the same happiness that it was in my 20s.
I think we're talking about happiness as just kind of this static emotion that you're going to have. And I think there are 2 things that maybe would help to communicate towards people that might not be feeling it. Is one, happiness is a feeling and it has to be balanced with something. So maybe also talking to people about, like, hey, if you're not feeling happy for a long amount of time, that might be okay too. There are some steps to fix that, but walking around panicking that you're not happy can also cause you stress.
More anxiety.
And there's also another part of it that's a little bit more difficult to talk about, and I think it does scare some people, that they just don't feel that happy. And there's a scale for everything, almost with like sexuality. Some people feel very sexual. Some people are completely asexual. There's a scale with everything. And I wonder if we ever do enough to talk to people that are just like, maybe this is just you. And, if we're 45, 46 years old and it's been like this since you can remember, maybe this is you too. And I think when you always hear people, be happy, maybe we should talk to their friends and just like show them, like, sometimes you're going to have your friend Tori and she's not always going to be like that. But that doesn't mean you ostracize them.
That's right. No, those feelings aren't valid. I would simply say, and to add to everything you guys said, a simple sentence that changed my world was, don't have a goal, have a purpose. So my goal is not to be on TV and be famous. It's, I want to help people in a position of platform, or I want to be a teacher and educate, not I want to make this amount of money. So for me, finding a purpose rather than a goal shifted my mindset, much to what you were saying. Let's talk about this mindset, because I wonder if a lot of you are going through it. Kelly Osborne revealed what she really wants for Christmas to her family on the Osborne podcast. Take a look at this.
I think I've decided what I want for Christmas.
What? Here we go.
Plastic surgery.
Oh,
Plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Kelly, don't stop.
Well, I just think it's my time.
Too early.
Well, I'm pretty sure that you were...
No.
You were what? How old were you when you first started your journey down the road of cosmetic surgery?
Early 40s.
Okay. Well, Kelly's
Hello.
39.
Wow, did not expect that. Okay. Sharon has been very open about her lifts and said her last one 2 years ago made her look like a cyclops. She also has admitted to taking Ozempic and is now unhappy with how gaunt she looks. She's been very transparent here, y'all, that she's saying even though she stopped, she can't reverse what's happened. It's gone too far. So a warning to all those that want to push it a little much. She is giving us that warning. Al, what do you think about this?
You know, I think most people are going to look at Sharon Osborne and be like, that's you, boo. I'm going to try it for myself. And I think that's really what it is. When people look at even the very negative side of things, they understand that we all kind of understand that if you put something into your body, it might not work. But I think people that are on Ozempic are like, I feel like I have exhausted all the things at my disposal, and I want to try this thing that I've seen work for certain people. And, you know, I say God bless them. So maybe Sharon Osborne will be kind of a cautionary tale to
I like that she's transparent,
to try and take it slow. It does.
Yeah.
Look, I do appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
It's difficult.
What about this? Look, I've thought, you know, I'm 41, later in life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that.
I'm just saying, is she so far off Kelly Schubert? I mean, Kelly Osborne. I don't know why I said Kelly Schubert. I was supposed to say Kelly Osborne. Is she that far off?
Dang.
I think that it's hey, Kelly Schubert.
Hey, how's it going?
I just found it interesting and a little haunting that Kelly is saying that across from her mother, who is trying to recapture her youth that Kelly possesses right now.
Right. And Kelly wants to change it.
And Kelly wants to change the thing that her mother's trying to capture.
Right.
So it's like, where does the happiness lie? And I'm not, you know, plastic surgery or injection or any of those things shaming. Like, if that's what you want to do, by all means, like, as long as you're doing it with reputable people, and you're safe, like, go for it. I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I'm not going to say no to anything.
Right.
Well, some things. But yeah, it's just, it kind of creeps me out a little bit because it's like, I'm looking to get back to where you are, and you're saying this isn't good enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both looking at it.
Are you going to get plastic surgery for yourself?
I thought we were moving on.
Oh,
No, probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. I don't mind an injection here and there or whatever. Last time I did it was with Al, but I don't mind the getting old. You know what I mean? I think it's very different for men and women. You know, people don't want to talk about the differences anymore, but there is a difference,
There is,
at least in my mind. And I don't mind the weathered look. I think it looks more knowledgeable, which I could use. You know?
He wears glasses now.
It's a more mature look.
Yeah, but when I'm weathered, it's not great.
Well, I use it for myself so everyone
right.
could put the keyboards down. Let's move on.
I'm just saying.
No, I know. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Right.
It's
Or
very sensitive to talk about that.
distinguished,
I
right.
think do whatever you want, boo.
Thanks, boo.
Thanks, boo. All right, Ryan Reynolds is getting in the holiday spirit. He and his Wrexham, am I saying that right?
Yep.
Soccer club partner Rob McElhenney, am I saying that right?
Yep.
Excellent.
Maybe you go over these before the show.
Recreated the classic Wham! Last Christmas album cover. Here's a look at Ryan's version next to the original with George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. Let's see the side-by-side.
That's really good.
That is super good.
That's dead on.
They've had a really good friendship. You know, they barely knew each other when they bought the soccer club. They just got drunk.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were like, let's do it. And they were like, okay. And now they have a super close friendship.
See, that's what I'm more worried about. Not Botox or plastic surgery. I'm like, let's get hammered and buy a soccer team for no reason. That's my goals. That's what I'm thinking
I think you're worried about telling Jordan.
Yeah,
You're not worried about this, like, oh, hey, honey, you know this house? It's all running on a small soccer team in England. So, yeah, that's the tough part.
And I think if I'm wrong, please help me, Jennifer, researcher, but I think they're doing well, the soccer team.
Yeah, there's a whole documentary about it.
Is there really?
Yes, of course.
Wrexham. You always wreck them.